Hey everyone, I am going live on Facebook and Instagram. I hope it's not too echoey. I know when I'm in this space doing a live, it tends to be quite echoey, so I apologize. There's a little background noise as well, a dog outside. So today we are talking about yoga. Weirdest thing. Yoga is not a shape that the body needs to get into. So a lot of people out there believe, I just found this, I was at a fair on the weekend, and I would mention yoga to anybody over 40. It seems that people over 40 and up. And then they would say, oh, I'm not bendy, I can't do yoga. And so I would explain to them that you do not have to be bendy to do yoga. Yoga is actually, it means union, to yoke, to bring together. So yoga, the practice of yoga is to bring together the microcosm to the macrocosm, like the smallest cell in your body and the energy that moves in that cell and how, the metabolism of the cell works, all the way up to extending into the energy that we put into the universe. And so the practice of yoga is to balance ourselves within all of those energies. I use Ashtanga yoga as kind of a guide with yoga therapy. And so in my program, my online program for chronic pain, we really dive into the different layers of Ashtanga yoga and how to practice yoga by using that model. So I just have this little kind of laminated poster here, but I'll just explain what each of these are. So in Ashtanga yoga, there's 8 limbs to it, okay? So yoga, the practice of yoga, we are actually we're working with one of these limbs at a time. Sometimes they might intertwine and we might work with them at the same time, but I'll just read them out for you. So pranayama is one of them, and that's breath control. So you've probably heard that before during any yoga discussion or practice. We talk about the breath control in the body and working with an optimal breath. So in the program, the online program, Yoga to Heal for Freedom Formula for chronic pain, we work on this limb. Then pratyahara is the withdrawal of your senses. So we have our 5 senses that are always out in the world kind of feeling and trying to sense, to figure out whether we're safe or we're not, whether to activate our nervous system or not. And so during practice of yoga, we withdraw those senses, which can actually bring a deep sense of calm and control in the body and mind. Another practice or limb is dhyana, which is concentration. So one pointed concentration. How many of you out there do 5 things at once, are really good at multitasking? I know I am. I find myself kind of on this wheel and I've got like a million things going on, and I have to remind myself, like, what are you doing? Why are you stressing yourself to this point? So practicing one pointed concentration, the belief is that you will do everything in your life way better, with way more happiness, ease, peace, if you do one thing at a time. So we practice this in the program as well. The next one is dhyana, meditation. And now in the West, we're hearing a lot more about the benefits of meditation. It's being proven through science. We delve into this in the program, different studies, different types of meditation practice. And then we have samadhi, which is pure contemplation. So this is kind of that state of being where you're just in bliss, essentially, this pure state of observation, contemplation, and that's the practice, one of the limbs of yoga. And so you may come and go from attaining samadhi, but the practice is not to attain, it is just to experience. So you might get glimpses of that limb. The other two limbs here are the yamas and niyamas, and we go through these in great detail in the program. They're kind of an ethic to live by. Yama means restraints, and so the benefits of having boundaries in life for yourself, the benefits of having restraints, you start to see that expand out into your world, into your life with more. You find there's more peace because you're building these boundaries. The niyama is observances. So observing the world around you. And again, we do lots of like practices with journaling. We do lots of practices with reading, handouts, experiencing it through yoga practice, asana practice, which we're coming up onto next. The final one, and that's why I left it till the end, is the asana, which is, asana is your posture. That's what most people think yoga is simply that bendy shape that you're getting into. But it's such a small little part of the practice. So we interweave all of these limbs together while practicing yoga. So yoga, that's why we're busting the myth today that you have to be bendy to do yoga. You do not have to be bendy to meditate. You do not have to be bendy to have one pointed concentration. And you do not have to be bendy to even do the posture. You can take any posture that feels good in your body. And so that is what we focus on in yoga therapy, and specifically for chronic pain in the program that I offer online. So everyone's different. Everyone's going to have a different rate of processing, of practicing, of experiencing. And that's also why I made the program potentially 3 months you could have it complete, or in up to 9 months you could have it complete. So there's lots of time to explore, to figure out what's best for you, and to build these tools and techniques, these practices of daily checking in, of daily balancing, to start to let go of disease, dis-ease in the body and mind, and to start to implement ease, peace, energy of joy, happiness, elevated vibration. So if you're interested in the program for chronic pain, if that's what you're struggling with, that's why I developed this program, was specifically to focus on chronic pain. It could be beneficial for many other things, but if you are struggling with chronic pain and would like to know more, you can go to my website. I have it in the comments of each one of these videos. So www.treatyourselfwellness.ca. I've got tons of information there. There's a free workshop that you can come to that I do about once every 2 to 3 weeks. It's a 90-minute workshop where we discuss what needs to happen to really truly overcome chronic pain. What you need to do, which is figure out the root cause. You're in chronic pain because there's something underlying that is causing that to manifest on your physical layer, which we have discussed in past videos, the koshas. So whatever's happening within is starting to manifest on that outer layer, and then we end up with a diagnosis: fibromyalgia, chronic pain, arthritis, whatever it could be, any aspect of dis-ease in the body and mind. So go to my website, sign up for the free workshop, show up for yourself, learn, educate yourself about what you need to do, and it's free. That's why I'm offering it to you for free. There's no excuse. All you need to do is carve out 90 minutes of your time to learn what you need to do to overcome chronic pain. There's also a breakthrough pain call that I've offered, which is another 45 minutes of my time that I'm offering for free for you and I to get on the phone and discuss what's going on for you, to figure out what the next best step for you is in overcoming your chronic pain. Is it the program? Is it maybe just joining in on some of my weekly classes? Is it a one-on-one session with me? Whatever it might be, we'll figure that out within that 45 minutes together. A free call. So you can sign up for that on my website. There's also all of my classes that I offer are on the website, so you can do them online, or you can come to them in person if you're in the 100 Mile House area. If you're not, then they would have to be online. But it's very easy. Once you're set up with Zoom, it's really easy. I send out a link. If you don't show up for the class, I still send you the link later so that you can practice that class. All you have to do is sign up. Lots of options for you. So that's it for today's live. I wanted to share with you, I wanted to myth bust that you do not need to be bendy to do yoga. Yoga has nothing to do with being bendy. It has everything to do with balancing, with connecting inward. So thank you for joining. A shout out to Iani and Daya joined. Thank you both for joining. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them now and I can answer before I jump off. But otherwise, I should have the links for you to go to the website, www.treatyourselfwellness.ca, and there's lots more information there that would hopefully help you in your journey to overcome chronic pain and maybe any other disease in your body or mind. Awesome. Well, signing off here in minus 22, I think it is today in this area. So I'm going to go put my sweater on and truck out into the snow, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day.